What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ruse Reviews, and today we are chatting about the Photopsia app by Suarez, Arteaga, Nelson. So, let's get into this. Okay, Happy New Year, if we can still say that. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rue, if you've never been here before. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. Well, not different. We're going back to where we all started with the app reviews. We haven't done an app review in such a long time, and I thought it was about time that we did one. And this one kind of slipped under my radar a little bit. This is the Photopsia app by Suarez, Arteaga, Nelson. So if you don't know Suarez, he made the Mental Play app. Very good app, you should go and check that out, definitely. But this one was something that kind of slipped under the radar for me, and it wasn't until he mentioned it to me, I was sort of like, actually, that's bloody cool. So, what this app actually does is it creates a unique gallery replica of the gallery on your phone, okay? So where your photos are stored, that's what it will replicate. What you're then able to do is to go into one of the galleries, into the saved albums in your phone, and click the slideshow button, and all the images that are on that phone will be shown. Obviously, as a slideshow, you press play and it will go through. You give your phone to the spectator. The spectator then at any point can concentrate on one of those images. Your phone is locked and you're able to tell them what that image is. There's no peeking of the next image or the previous image on the screen. What you see is exactly what you get. You lock the screen whilst the screen is facing them and anyone else that is seeing it. And it's as clean as that. And that is just one thing that you can do with this app. This uses a peek function. This app can do peaking, it can do forcing, it has multiple ways to force things, which is just ridiculous. I'll get into these in a little bit. But for the price of the app, on the App Store, I think it's about $29, something like that, maybe a little bit more. It's probably one of the best forcing and peaking apps that I've seen to date, and that is quite a big deal. In fact, I've been using it for the past couple of months it's been Christmas time, obviously, so parties, that kind of thing, and it is very, very cool. So before I go any further into this, let me get into a little performance. Now, this is a POV performance, so it's from my point of view. A friend of mine came down from Wales over Christmas time, and we went and had coffee, and this is maybe my second time performing this. So here we go, a little POV performance of Photopsia. Okay, so Tom, all right, mate?
Hello.
So I'm going to try something here, Tom. Oh, no, that's not good. I haven't even got my phone out. Here we go. So I've got a couple of things on my phone here, a couple of lists I've made of things. Let's try this with neons, okay? So various neons.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is, in a second, I'm going to get you to choose one of these neons, okay? So by playing the slideshow like this, you can see the neons are going to start going through like this. So take my phone, okay? And when you get a neon that you like, okay, just allow your eyes to close. When you see one, just allow your eyes to close and focus on that neon form, okay? And when you're happy, just take your time with it, whenever you like. You can do that for me now, and just whenever you like, take your time.
Okay, yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah.
So whatever this is, I want you to remember whether it's a colour or whatnot, and yeah, good? Perfect. I'll take the phone back, just so you can open up your eyes, it's fine. It's good. So, this is what's important, okay? You had a choice of various neons, and to be fair, you had the phone, but it was sort of close to your chest, right? You didn't see what it was. So, I want you to imagine this thing. Okay, would you say this thing's man-made?
Yes.
Yes. I want you to think of the colour of this thing as well, okay? You can think of the colour? It's either like a yellowy brown or like a gold or something like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is this a crown?
Yeah.
Yeah! And there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that little performance. So the method that I'm using there is the peek method. There's no forcing involved. Tom just looks through the slideshow and is able to concentrate on one of the images. Upon locking the phone, I'm able to then get my peek. Super, super sneaky. And as you can see, like from Tom's reaction, even though it's a POV, I'm filming him, when I get my peek, and you probably guessed the moment when I probably do get it, there's no heat. He's not bothered. He's not looking. He's still concentrating on his image. So yeah, the peak alone is worth the price of the app. So as I said, there's multiple ways of forcing items as well, or pictures. So what you can do is have a gallery set up of multiple different pictures. You can choose which ones to force. You give your phone to the spectator. The spectator then chooses, and you'll see in a performance that I'm going to show you in a little bit how they choose. I'm not going to give too much away here, but it is ridiculous. It's just using the inbuilt technology within current phones, current iPhones, I should say. This is an iPhone only app. You can indeed have the cleanest any card at any number if you want. One of these ways, I think it's called the Match Force. In fact, it is called the Match Force, where you can have a card and a number paired. So when they're going through the slideshow, they're able to open their eyes freely. They can choose a random card and then they can close their eyes and open up again, and they choose a random number. This allows you to have two things that are forced, because the Match Force pairs a picture and a picture. Okay, so that's just one way of doing it. You can pair a picture and a picture. So if you have a stack of like a mnemonic stack, or however you do an ACAN, super, super easy. I will also say that the standard way of forcing, which is you're able to select two images completely separately, gives you the best impromptu forced ACAN. So I've done this before. I've borrowed a deck of cards. I've got the card to the position that I need, my force card, and I'm able to go into an ACAN with this other force method. Another way to force item, it's super, super cool, this, is you can have a list of pictures and you're able to show what spectator A, so this is usually done between two spectators, you're able to show spectators an image. In this case, let's say it's images of words that pertain to love. So let's say you do it with a couple. So they look through the slideshow as they're going and they close their eyes and they think of a word that pertains to their love, essentially. They then hand the phone to the other person. You get that person to close their eyes, and whenever they feel ready, they open their eyes, and whatever word they see, they remember. So they do that. They open their eyes and they see this word, and it matches. Now, there's no forcing on the first one, but there is forcing on the second one. So that is just crazy. That is so, so cool. I've been using that loads, and it's a great way to be able to have drawing duplication. So if you've got a way to do a drawing duplication between two people, it's super, super fun. The amount of scope that's within this app is ridiculous, and it is literally limited to your imagination. I know I've said it, I know that's sort of like a buzzword with magicians, a buzz phrase, I should say. But it's so unique and customizable that you can force whatever you like. Now, this is technology, so does it work 100% of the time? Pretty much. That isn't what you wanted to hear. You wanted to hear that sometimes it fails, and I'm sure it will at some point, but it has never failed with me, and that's saying something considering the environments that I work in. Now, lighting, as you've probably guessed by how the forcing or peaking happens from the performance video, lighting does play an issue. It needs to be well lit, not too super, super bright, not super, super dark. Daylight's fine, lighting like this is fine. So long as you can see the person, then this will work. If you're working in nightclubs, if you're working in dimly lit rooms, this is not the forcing method for you. The technology that is inbuilt within iPhones, in this case, and indeed this app, means that the room has to be well lit so that the person can be seen. As I say, I'm not giving away, I don't want to give away the exact methodology, but I think I've given away enough for you to figure out how this may work. So, with that in mind, I'm going to be keeping on using this app. It is probably the closest thing to EDC mentalism I've seen in a long time. I love Wikitest and I love that process, but in terms of forcing and peaking quickly, this has been my go-to. This has been my go-to for the last couple of months now, because it's so easy to do both of those things. Another thing people might be asking about, does it matter if people wear glasses or anything like that? No, it does not. I've done it with many people that have got glasses, and it does work exactly the same as with people who don't have glasses. So don't worry about that. But I urge you to go out and be as creative as you can with this app. What Suarez has done is create an app that allows you to have as much flexibility and as much freedom as you can as a performer. And I highly suggest that you go out and pick it up because it will only enhance the magic that you are currently doing. So, well done, Suarez Nelson, on the Photopsia app. Absolutely killer, mate. Pick it up, and I'll see you guys very, very soon for the next one. Ciao.